Hey everybody, Frank Calabro here. I've got a site here I'm going to show you guys called uprinting.com. And I've been using this site right here for a couple years, and it's a great site to design business cards for your to promote your business, whatever business that you're promoting. You can call this business card marketing. I call it local marketing, and this is what I do in my local market. I print out business cards and I pass them out at shopping centers, anywhere, the mall, Walmart, apartment complexes, pretty much everywhere and anywhere, and I pass these things out. You can go to your local Walmart any day of the week, and there'll be 500 to 1,000 cars in the parking lot, and I'll put one on every single windshield. My brother Jimmy and I went to Greensboro over the past weekend, and we passed out one afternoon. We worked for 5 hours, and we passed out 4,000 cards. So we pass out. Sometimes we go to places, we pass out 1,000 very fast. It depends how saturated the place is. So. And I constantly experiment with these, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But these are some of the cards that I designed. I use different images. I experiment with the wording. I also use different domain names. We'll click on a few of these and take a closer look at them, but I'm just showing you an example of, I really go crazy with this business card stuff. And we pass these out by the thousands. I got some stuff on here from my bar still. I used to use this site to design stuff for my bar. But it's called uprinting.com. And you can actually save your designs after you... We'll just click on it right here. Save designs. And these are all... We'll click on one of these. Edit design. I'll show you how this works. Show you how simple this thing is. Okay, my images. These are images that I basically just uploaded from my computer. Some of these images I made. And, here's one promoting the fuel savings product from day one. And I'm using this domain, lessatpump.com. And you can move this stuff around. You have 100% control over this. And you can see the wording is right here. You just type in whatever you want to type in. Your domain name. It's this simple. Whatever you want on line 2, line 3, etc. And when I design my cards, I try not to put a lot of information on them. I try and keep them really simple. Domain name, obviously, you got to have that on there. I keep that big. I bold that. And I experiment where I put this. Sometimes I put it at the top. Sometimes I put it at the bottom. I just experiment with all these cards. Create wealth from home, fuel savings product, travel an extra 43 plus miles per tank, save $8+ each fill up. Try and keep the cards real simple. Don't put too much information on my cards. Have it so it's easy to read. Someone can look at it and understand what it is, basically. Let's look on another one. Save designs. Now here's one totally different. Let's look at this one. All right, here's another one, googlestrong.com. I'm using this different domain name. All these domains all point to the same landing page, but I just experiment with the domain name. And I see which one gets me results and which one doesn't. I also see which cards are effective and which ones are not. So let's see. Most honest business ever. Your business online. Work from home. Start today. Freedom is the reward. Real simple business card. Why does this keep coming up? I don't know what the heck that is. All right, let's look at another one here real quick. Look at a couple of these. Here's another one. Save at the pump. Very similar to this first one I showed you. Excuse me. This one is doing pretty well right here. This card right here. Let's look at this one. We're getting good results off this card right here. Let's see what this one says. And you can grab these. You can use these word for word if you want. Just you can grab the design. I mean, as far as, putting the images in and out of these things, it's so simple. You just, you grab your image and, click and drag it and stick it down here somewhere. It's pretty simple. We'll get rid of that, but you can move it around or whatever. Okay, new company, work from home. My website address, apply online now, start today. This card is converting very well. I mean, just look out, it's so simple. The wording, new company. Okay, day one's a new company. Work from home. It's a work from home business. The website address, apply online now. I'm telling people what to do. Apply online now. Start today. And the American flag, that represents freedom, the American dream. So just threw that on there. So when you make your cards up, you don't want to put something on there like, get rich quick type stuff. You want to keep it very simple. And you don't want to say too much, but you just want to say enough to get people, get the curiosity factor going, get people to go to your site. This card is converting extremely well. If you want to use this design, use it. Just put your domain name up here, whatever you want to, whatever name you're using. It could be your name.com, whatever you're using .com. We'll look at a couple more. I'll show you some other stuff I'm doing. But I constantly experiment with these. And these cards are inexpensive. You can buy, I buy like, a box. Well, if I get 2,000 delivered to my doorstep, it's like $35, including shipping. So that's like $0.015 each. These are really inexpensive. And yes, you have to advertise your website. If you don't advertise your website, if you don't advertise your opportunity, you're not going to get any sign-ups. You're not going to make any money. So you have to advertise. And this is an inexpensive way to advertise. I can't think of anything that would be less expensive than this, besides word of mouth, but you can only do so much of that. There's only so many hours in a day that you have to talk to people. You can hand someone a business card. You can you can pass out 1,000 of these in no time. Let's see here. Let me see some other ones there. That one's pretty cool. Let's just look at this one, I guess. I'm going to click on one of them. Here's one with a different domain name, different image, some different wording, experimenting with these. We are experimenting with these ones right here, too. Unplugthematrix.com. That's society. Society is the matrix, the trading time for money, the failed system. And that's exactly what it is. New company, work from home. Everybody wants to work at home. Few know how to do it. Apply online now. See the truth, nothing more. So just another simple card. And if you got this on the windshield of your vehicle or someone handed this to you, and, just read it to yourself. Unplugthematrix.com. New company, work from home. Apply online now, see the truth, nothing more. I mean, this is definitely gets the curiosity factor going. I think I would visit this site just to see what it was about. I'm like, what is this about? Unplugthematrix.com. Yeah, I would definitely check this out if it was me. So we're experimenting with this card too. We're passing this card out and seeing how well it converts. You can start off with one card, one domain name. You don't have to go crazy like me and, make 20 different designs and buy thousands and thousands of cards like I do and pass these things out. But this is just one way I generate traffic. I usually have my brother help me pass these things out. And here's a couple other ones. Now this one, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but I'm going to test this one out. This one does sound like get rich quick. Obviously look at the name, GoogleMillionaire.com. I bought that domain name. It was available. New company, work from home, apply online now, freedom is the reward, and I put some $100 bills on the card. So, this one may or may not convert well. It depends, People have a preconceived notion when they see something like this. They see a bunch of money, GoogleMillionaire.com. They may not believe it. But then again, that sounds like a believable name, GoogleMillionaire.com. That must be something legitimate. I mean, what is up with this? And, it's new, it says new company, work from home, apply online now, freedom is the reward. So, this might be a good card too. It might convert very well. I'm going to experiment with this card. I'm going to, we're going to pass these out, pass out a few thousand of these and see how they do. But you can, experiment too with the, I guess, get rich quick, junkie crowd, go after that market. That's a huge market. It's huge. People just are impulsive. They jump all over this stuff. They look on this stuff. Certain types of people look at these offers. They look at multiple offers. And people like that tend to program jump from one thing to the next and never really get nothing going. But, some of those people will stick it out. If they find a home, they find something they like. So that's a design that we're gonna experiment with that. Let's see, what other one should I show you? Here's one. This one is just totally a little bit off the wall here, a little bit. Just a domain name I found, GoogleLion.com. I just went to GoDaddy and found that name. It was available. I was like, let me grab that. I mean, it doesn't really mean nothing. It's just two words put together. When I buy domain names, I try and find two words that I like two-word domains because they're easy to remember, and it's hard to find them nowadays because everything's bought up on GoDaddy. You could still find two-word domains, one-word domains. It's just getting harder and harder to find them because they're all bought up. But I like these simple domain names, two words, very simple to remember. So, I just grabbed that one. New company, work from home, same thing. Apply online now. It's better to be a lion for a day than a sheep all your life. I mean, just a simple quote I put on the bottom of this business card. Threw a image of a lion up there. So this card may work. I'm going to experiment with this card too and see how it goes. GoogleLion.com. And it's something that someone can remember very easily, which is why I like that domain name. And all I'm trying to do is get people to the landing page. Where am I trying to get these people to go to? Trying to get them to go to, where am I? My landing page. Well, this is my squeeze. Well, actually, I'm sending people to my squeeze page. All these domain names, all of them, they all go to this page. Every single one of those. I got about 20, probably 25 different domains, all pointing to this page. Okay. This is a site that I got, I put together for day one. It's a training site. I'm still building this. I still got to put a lot of information on here. But I've put quite a bit of stuff on here. I got proof videos, everyone getting their paychecks. Most of these people, it's their first paychecks, but I'll add more. I'm getting ready to make another video with my second paycheck. And all these people show their paychecks the very first month in the business because the company's brand new. This is proof right here. People from all across the country getting a paycheck from this company called Day One. They're all using this product, this Petromax, which increases mileage in your vehicle. It increased mileage in my truck. I'm getting 3 miles per gallon improvement, which is insane. I can't even believe it's working that well in my truck. And I actually got videos on here that show that. I show you the mileage, the miles per gallon my truck's getting. Here's some videos I made, understanding Day One and the Day One compensation review. I break down the compensation. Here you can get the PDF file for the compensation plan itself. YouTube marketing, local marketing. Local marketing, I call it business card marketing. It's the same thing, I guess. Because I just believe in doing local marketing. You don't want to ignore your local marketing. I market online and offline. These $100 bill drop cards work awesome. I've got these things and they work well. And there's a link right here to get these things. You can just click on this link and you can order these things, these $100 drop cards. They look like real money. I mean, I got the $20 bill ones, and these things are converting like crazy. But you can get, hundreds or tens or ones or whatever. But a $20 bill is common, so that's why I get to 20. So you see this on the ground, you're going to pick it up, and then the inside of it's got my website information on it. So those are very cool, very effective marketing tool right there. I go over social marketing a little bit. I got some stuff on there, video, email marketing, Spanish videos that are coming out. Let's see, products. Here's where I put the videos for my my mileage in my truck. I was getting 13.7 before, and you can see my after miles per gallon in this second video. And if this is just a company generic video, and then I put some business card ideas on this page, and I'm going to add some more. These are some ones that I'm testing. These are just examples. You can use these. You can make something similar and make something different. Make whatever you want to make. You know, there's no right or wrong answers here. The bottom line is you got to drive traffic to your website, to your offer, one way or another. And this is just one way to do it that's very inexpensive. It's an offline method, but it's highly effective. And you can also grab these and throw them on your Facebook page like I do it all the time. These images. I throw these on my social media sites. So uprinting.com. This is where you could go and design business cards very inexpensively. You know, I'll even show you how much these things cost. They don't cost nothing. I mean, I just can't believe how inexpensive they are. Let's just say I wanted to order this design right here. I mean, these things are cheap. You know, you get quantities. I don't ever order less than 1,000, but of anything. But let's, you know, you can order all the way up to what is it, 10,000? That's a lot of business cards. But you know what? You could easily pass out 1,000. Me and my brother go out in 2 hours. We'll pass out 1,000 easily. So, you know, you can go through quite a bit. And the more you pass out, the more leads you're going to get. You know, 2,000 business cards. We're looking at $32. I mean, that's ridiculously inexpensive. How much is 1,500? $30? How much is 1,000? $22. So 2,000 is about $12 more. Wow, that's inexpensive. Wow, how much is 3,000? $42. So, uprinting.com. This is where you can order business cards to promote whatever offer, whatever your primary your business is, whatever you're trying to promote. And you know, experiment with these. And you find one that converts well, just get a bunch of them, print them up, and just run with it. Keep passing them out until it doesn't work no more. Okay, that's all for this video. Thanks for stopping by, and talk to you again later.